Shalom, family. Back here with another part of the Babylon Come Out of Babylon translation series. Before I start quickly, uh, we've gotten word back. This Come Out of Babylon translation series has gotten under the skin of people that's trying to keep the Most High people down. The adversary. And one of the things the adversary told his people, they've been listening, and they had to tell their people, um, all we need is the KJV. Boy, the devil is busy. He's talking about Yahuwah's one channel. The devil is busy. All these different translations, they bringing out all these different. All we need is the KJV. They're shaking. They're shaking. They're thinking and they're telling their people, watch out for these different translations. They're all wicked, as if the people will believe everything they're saying. Isaiah 26 and 20. Let's continue here. Go home. The Most High is telling his people, go home. Go home? Wait a minute. We don't have nowhere to go. This is what weak people, and I hate to phrase this over and over, but weak people need to know and understand that they're weak. We all are weak to certain degrees, but some are weaker than others, way weak. We don't have no place to go. See, you weak when you say stuff like, who is Yahuwah? That's weak. You weak when you say, we're the children of Israel. That's weak. And you strengthen up when you say, oh yeah, we know who Yahuwah is. We know Yehuda. See, you're strengthening yourselves when you do these things. We don't have nowhere to go. See, the stronger people, they're weak also. Like I said, we're all weak. The stronger people, they say the Most High always have a remnant and a place for his remnant to go. You don't think he can care for his remnant? There's always a place of safety and protection. They just don't know it. Go home. We do have a home. But now here's the problem. Some of these people, see, we trying to get back in covenant with him. And part of getting back in covenant with him is the land. The land is part of the covenant. To your seed, to you and your descendants, your seed, I will give this land. And they are not trying to be in covenant with him. They want to stay in the land of captivity. Stay on. Carry on. As my aunts and uncles used to say when we were kids, carry on. Go home, my people. We got a home. It's not acknowledged by the world, but we got a home. It's acknowledged by the Most High. This covenant is not acknowledged by the world. And lock the doors. Hide for a little while Yahuwah's wrath against your enemies has passed. Come, my people, go home. Shut the doors. Shut yourselves in. Go into seclusion. You see family? You see family members that want to come over here and congregate and build communities together. That's not in seclusion. This is right. This is perfectly fit with what he's telling us. You don't have a king? We don't. Go home. Stay home. You don't have a king? We don't have a leader. We don't have nothing but our individually family. And Most High say stay home. Go into seclusion for a while until punishing wrath is past. And we know how to precept this with other verses that tells us what we do when we go home. Because the Most High is sure to come from his place to punish the wrong of the people on the earth. He's going to do this. Most people don't believe this. He's not going to come and punish. Surely he has forgotten the people. He's forgotten what's going on. He's forgotten the earth. He's not even here. They write about that. He's not here. He's gone. Malachim's working on getting his people out. Malachim's helping getting his people out. They're doing some other things too we discussed in our Shabbat class. They're doing that also. Our people don't know nothing about. the ones that's still in the lands of captivity with no covenant, with no connection to the Father, because the connection should have been made by now. Earth itself will point out the blood stains. This one killed this one murdered this one, that one murdered that. It's going to point out the blood stains. And some of you all think that people that's guilty of murder, those people he going to declare them not guilty. And they not going to understand that. Wait a minute, this one killed that one. Most High going to look at it as, according to Torah, that was a righteous kill. It will show where the murderer have been hidden away. See, the system hides away murderers. The guilty they let free, and the innocent they lock away. Isaiah 13:14. And it shall come to pass that as the chase roll, and as sheep that no man gathers. Who's gonna gather you? My camp gonna gather me. We the gathering of They shall turn every man to his own people, and shall flee every man to his own land. Don't wait for no man. That's what the man wants you to do. He told y'all for years, it's not time yet. It's not time yet. Then they left. Now it's time. It's crazy. You leave, you go back, you go within the border, you go back, it's not time. It's not time yet. And like the hunted gazelle, or like the sheep that no man gathers. See? Just like the sheep that's just wandering around, no one gathering, no one gonna gather you. That's the curses of Deuteronomy 28. And your group talking about, you got one camp group. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. They just don't need to their group don't need to be brought out. Don't want to say their ABC name. You know who we talking about. They're the only camp that proclaim come out for years. And then they tell people, you have to gather yourself. Because Zechariah 2:6-7 said, deliver yourself. But wait on us, and we're going to get you out. See, that stuff doesn't line up with the Most High's word. Each foreign resident, each foreign person, you all foreigners, will turn and go back to his own people, and each one flee to his own land. Yeah, we got somewhere to go, and we have our own land, not according to the world's what the world's belief, not according to their documents. Your name won't be on their documents when you flee and come over here. But as long as our name is written on his documents, as long as you're part of that covenant, that's it. Everyone will run to their homelands, just as the hunted deer run and a sheep scatter when there is no shepherd. See this? We don't have a shepherd. Who you waiting on? We shouldn't be waiting on any man, any camp, any group. Remember, one of the things came out in this series, be the first to leave. We're at the end of this thing, which is not healthy. People have to understand this is very healthy. When you're at the end of it, it's gonna be dangerous for many. And the majority of those that leave in the end, they're gonna struggle the most in the wilderness. People need to understand this. Why am I going to struggle the most? We've been over here preparing for years. Who do you think will be better prepared for the wilderness? Someone that's been preparing for years within the borders? We're used to the place. We're accustomed to the climate and the atmosphere. We're used to you're used to, if you're in Babylon, you're used to the moisture of the air. We're used to the dryness. We're used to the area. We're used to the people. We done got accustomed to the culture. And the people come over, they have to adjust. And they're gonna go straight into the wilderness. And they shall be as a doe fleeing away. This is what we are to do. Don't wait. Don't wait for a man. And as a sheep and there shall be none to gather them together. No, no, my group, my elder told me, man, we had a deep conversation about this in the Shabbat class. My elder told me it ain't time to leave yet. He gonna let us know we gonna leave together. None to gather them together. This why they listen. This why they raising up as adversaries against this word here. Every man shall turn to his own people, and every one shall flee to his own land. No, the enemy does not want to hear this. The enemy does not want to hear this. Then the people from Babylon will run away. This is what we did. They will run away like a wounded deer. Now, why are we wounded? Man, you come out of Babylon and the lands we've been scattered in. We are wounded people. Something is wrong with all of us. Got people coming over here within the borders thinking ain't nothing wrong with them. See, when you say ain't nothing wrong with me coming out of Babylon, that's a great indication something is bad. You in denial. You're like a drug addict or a drunk that's saying, I don't need help. I'm not a drunk. I'm not a drug addict. I can stop anytime I want to. Then they get upset with you because you tell them you're a drunk, man. You need help. You're an alcoholic. You're a drug addict. Who you calling a drug addict? Who you calling the alcoholic? Like a wounded deer or a sheep that have no shepherd? That have no shepherd? My elder is my leader. Teach, elder. Your elder is your teacher? That means the word of the Most High is a lie. Man, you guys ain't fitting scripture like a hand in a glove. Sit down. You're going to have to sit down. You're going to have to humble yourself. You're going to have to open your eyes and recognize. Or stay in the lands of your captivity and get cut off. As the Most High gave us. You'll be part of the wrong taken. You could be taken with the wicked. You don't want to talk about being taken. Your elder ain't going to tell you about being taken. Will he ever bring you out a message about being taken? There are 3 different takens? No. But they all in the scripture. Everyone will turn and run back to their own country and people. No, this thing is spiritual. They're going to turn back to their own people? It's spiritual. Then the people of Babylon will run away like hunted deer or like a sheep who have no shepherd. All disagree. Yeah, we need to run away just like we have no shepherd because we don't. Because the scriptures say we don't have a shepherd. Everyone will turn back to his own people. Each will run back to his own land. Watch this. They'll be like the hunted gazelle, like the sheep, with no one to gather them. None to gather you. None. Everyone will return to his own people and flee to his own land. The foreigners living in Babylon, they will run away to their homelands. We got nowhere to go. Do not entertain this comment. We have nowhere to go. Where do we go? Flee and go where? You guys better, we perish for the lack of knowledge. You guys better gain this knowledge, scattered like a deer escaping from hunters, like sheep without a shepherd. Then the people from Babylon will run away like a hunted deer. They will run like sheep who have no shepherd. We sing this over and over. And you want me to be your shepherd? I would be living a lie. I ain't trying to do that. Everyone will turn back to his own people. Each will run back to his own land. No, this is spiritual. No, this is coming out of her ways. This is coming out the system. As I told you, we're getting close to finishing this thing. Halfway through, you're going to get it. And most of the people that's been watching from the first one, you got it. You understand it. Go ahead with your plans. Then the people from Babylon will run away like a hunted deer or like a sheep who have no shepherd. Everyone will turn back to his people. Each will run back to his own land. A rats, you guessed it, nothing spiritual.